Ooh, welcome back everybody. Welcome if you're new. Today we're in the street stocks here at Volusia. Ran an okay time here in practice. Track's actually getting a little quicker now. Track was very clean to start with, but once the track starts to get worked in like it has been, we should have some times down in probably the fours for qualifying. I've seen one guy, I think the 3 car in here in my last practice, get down to a 3. I ran a 4:19 as my fastest lap in my last practice, so hopefully we can do something similar here. We have a fresh car, so we should be good to go. Try not to go in too high, but catch this grip on exit. I'm gonna just run high this first lap altogether. Try to run a little lower on the second one. But this grip on the outside seems to have a ton of speed. 1 and 2, I'm actually gonna try to go low. I ran a 369, nice. Fastest I have ran by far here today. Still gonna go to this outside lane, not like all the way up to the grip, but like enough to where I'm gonna catch it on the exit. My car is not loose through the corner. I just want to see if the bottom would work at all. No, it's 5:25. So I'm happy with how we did on that first lap. That was a blazing lap compared to everybody else, it seems like. Definitely didn't expect to get that. So a lot of people have qualified. So far we've got the pole. Who else are we waiting on? 19, 12, anybody that not here. Some of them are not here, so we'll probably be waiting the rest of this timeout, and I'll bring you guys back when we're getting ready to go green. Hopefully we can hold on to the pole here. Alright, we stayed on pole, which is awesome. Hopefully we can hold the pole for the feature here. 2 car seems very quick. What did he run? He ran a 495. 3 cars very quick, I know from my last practice. He ran a 539. He didn't quite hit his lap, I think, because he ran a 382 in my last practice, so I was expecting him to run a pretty good lap. Didn't think
for sure.
Didn't think we'd get into the 3s, us personally. I thought somebody might, but I didn't think I would. I was hoping to get into the 4s, but skipped over the 4s and got straight to the 3s, which I'm happy about. Ran a really good time, which is awesome. With there being 19 people in this race, there will be a consolation.
Good luck, everybody.
Which will be unfortunate, so I'll just skip over that for y'all, but track's gonna get super worn out for the feature race, and you're gonna have to find the fastest way around, because I don't know how worn out this track's gonna get. It's gonna go very wide, I know that, and I don't know if you're going to want to go all the way out there or ride the bottom and try to grip it. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the feature race how that goes. Because these cars keeping the momentum up is huge. So hopefully we get a good jump here to start this race out. It's only 8 laps, 8 short laps. It's going to be hard to pass. Once this track gets super worn out, the feature should be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a lot of good racing, I think. I believe so. This track always puts on some good races, in my opinion. Because if that bottom stays pretty fresh and the top lane starts to go super wide, you might be able to start making that bottom work, which would be a lot of fun. I like when tracks get like that. I'm just happy with how we qualify. This is 2 races in a row we qualified on pole. Now we just need to keep it to actually count for the stats for the feature, like that we're on pole for the actual stats. But this is 2 races in a row I'm on pole, so I'm getting a little better at qualifying on the dirt side, I'd say, which is nice. I'm very happy about that. Wait, am I wrong about that? No, I don't think so. I think the limiteds we did qualify on pole, I want to say. Pace truck is in. Get a good jump. And just try to get this outside grip going. And just try to keep the car as straight as we can. 2 car doesn't have to battle with anybody, so we might have to deal with them, which is unfortunate. Good first lap. I think it's going to be tough to pass unless like I make a really bad mistake or something, or I slide way up like I am. Yeah, I just slid up too much there. He had a good 1 and 2. Don't know if he's going to try to throw his slider. Not quite. He's going to try to keep it down there, I guess. Slide up a little bit, but he kept it down there for the most part.
Still there. Clear, clear, clear.
Try to pinch him down a little bit, catch this grip off of 2, and we should be fine. Nope. Okay, we're going to get hit. He must have been sliding up off of turn 2 there. I'm going to try to cross him over here.
Outside. Still outside.
Slide him going into one here. Oh, not quite. I didn't want to do the same exact thing he did to me.
Still there, door outside. Clear high.
Should do it in 3 and 4 here. Just fine. Slid way too far though is the problem. He had a good run in 3 and 4.
Clear,
Yeah, I gave that opening to him when I slid up in 1 and 2. On lap like 2 or 3, I think. And then he got into us off of 2, which is unfortunate. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was just sliding off the corner. It happens. So that's kind of unfortunate. We'll still start towards the front, which is great. He's in the wall. We're in our fastest lap of the heat so far. Just need to get into a rhythm. Try not to go too wide, because if you get too wide at this track, it will like counterbalance. I don't know how to explain it. Like the car just goes the opposite way.
2 laps to go.
We're in our fastest lap there, 4:54. That was quick. We're gonna have 1 lap left after this. But yeah, if you get too wide, it just keeps pushing you out. Like you don't want to get way up there. There's no way you can run up by the wall. Try to get a good run. Oh, almost got into the back of him there. Did not want to do that. I was trying to get a good run into this. He gets really sideways. I'm gonna try to stick that bottom. Not gonna have the momentum off the corner. That's unfortunate. So we'll start 3rd in our feature. That's not too bad. Had a good run with these guys up here.
Checker.
I want to go back and see exactly what happened, if he slid up or what.
Good race there, guys.
Drove really well today. I'm sorry that this came off.
That was a good race to watch the first and second.
Yeah, we're trying. But I gave him the opening here on lap 2, unfortunately, is the problem. I slid up a little bit too far there. He had a good run. Kept it low. I thought he was going to throw a slider here. He didn't completely, but he started to slide up here off of turn 4, but I still had some momentum. Thought he was going to go super low into 1. He doesn't. So I just kind of run my line, and I think he just slid up a little bit. I think I'm just getting that grip right there. Like, I'm just trying to keep this grip line right there, and oh, it's a little bit of netcode. That should not have happened.
I went back and watched the replay there. My bad for getting into you there on lap 3.
Oh, you're all good. I think it was the slightest bit of netcode. It shouldn't have really bounced me as bad as it did, but it was a good race. Yeah, that was unfortunate, because it, like, bounced our back wheel up so weird, which probably should not have happened, but I try to cross him over here. Go back to TV2. I like TV2. I tried to cross him over, and I wanted to throw a slider. I didn't go low enough. I thought I went plenty low, but he had a good run going into turn 1 there. And that's all she wrote, pretty much. I threw a slider here and went way too deep and way up the track, so he had a good crossover. But let's go back to this heat race, I'd say. Top 6 make it through. Hopefully they can keep it pretty clean. 13 is on pole for their heat race. Was he actually the guy on pole? Yeah, he was. He ran a 4:30, which was a good lap. But once this track gets more and more slick, it is hard to keep a lot of speed. It's going to be real interesting to see how the feature goes. If we could start running the bottom or not. Because I could definitely run about a low 6 on the bottom. Maybe a mid 6 at best. I don't know. About mid to low 6, something like that. And if that bottom stays as fresh as it is through the feature and the line keeps going further and further up the track, we could have a pretty good side-by-side battle in the feature with some people. Waiting on this pace truck to go in. Yeah, they're about to go green. I am live. We'll see how early this 13 car goes. Being on the bottom for the feature is going to suck. I was hoping we could keep that lead so we could be single, like, not single file, but like we could get out to a lead ourselves. 13 cars really waiting on it. 4 car was kind of sleeping. 5 car was sleeping a little bit, but they're going to be side by side behind. Let me get my hand on buttons so I can skip through people. Go back to the... Oh, no, I'm hitting all sorts of buttons. Whoops. Okay, now we're good. 4 car is getting a good run there off of turn 4. Getting right on the bumper of the 13, trying to get a good straight line down this back stretch. He gets to his inside, he's gonna throw a slider here. 4 car doesn't go low enough. He's gonna try to grip that middle kind of bottom lane, which doesn't have a lot of grip, but the 13 kind of slid too far up. 4 car takes the lead. He's gonna try to slide up into turn 1. 13 car luckily checks up for him. That was a really slow pull up. 4 car had a really bad 1 and 2 though. 13's gonna go low, try to get that same kind of grip the 4 car did. 4 car has a better 3 and 4 than the 13 did last lap. He stays in the lead. It's gonna be hard to make that pass at the bottom. Yeah, it's pouring outside. 4 car stays in the lead for now. 13's trying to make that bottom work. What lap are they on? They're on 4 going into 5. Halfway done with this heat. 4 car's just running a good outside lane. 13's keeping a good amount of speed on the bottom, staying to his bumper for the most part. I feel like if he starts running up behind him again like he is now, if he can get a good run off of one of these corners, he can make that bottom work for a pass, I feel like. Because he's running really well down there. Freaking pace truck. I hate how it skips to a pace truck if you're right there. 13 gets a good run off of turn 2. Not going to make anything happen here in 3 and 4. He gets a lot of grip on the entrance of 3, gets kind of low in 4, get a really good run side by side. 2 laps left. Battle for the win in this heat in the first position in the outside lane for the feature. We'll see who can get it. 4 car kind of gets out to a lead. If this happens with a 4 wins, it was both heats. Oh, 18 cars going into pits. Second place won both heats. First place finished the second, which is kind of funny. We got a battle for 3rd. 5 car gets super wide. 17's gonna get on by him. Good run by the 17, it looks like, because he's car number 17 out of 19, so he's very low I rating in this room. 5 car gets way too wide. Is he gonna smack the wall? Not quite. 14 almost beats him out. I was actually the 15, not the 5. I thought it was a 5 car. But good run. 4 car ends up winning it. Not as close of a race as we had, but they had a pretty good one there for a while until the 13 went low and kind of messed up. But we're going to have a consolation race with, what, like 7 of them or something like that? It's going to be a consolation race to tear up this track some more. So I'll bring you guys back and we're getting ready to go green in the feature race. Alright, well that was the most pointless thing ever. We're starting 3rd in the feature, but out of the 7 people in the consolation, 2 of them are left in the race. So that was the most pointless race in the world.
Good luck, everybody.
Alright, hopefully we can have a pretty good run here.
Good luck.
The top still seems like it'll be fast right now. We'll see. But we're starting out on the bottom, so we're going to try to make that work. For the meantime, hopefully we could have a pretty clean 25-lap race here. It seemed like people kept it pretty clean in the heat races as far as I saw. I think like most of the contact was the 2 and I didn't really see any other people really get together. So hopefully it can stay pretty clean. Seems like there's a decent amount of grip down here still. It's not like super slick through the middle. It's not like that dark. I'll see how it is in 3 and 4 as well. And hopefully we could finish about top 3. That'd be a good goal, I feel like, for these people, because these guys are pretty quick up front. We'll see how the 13 does, because he kind of fell off towards the end of his heat. Yeah, there's still a good amount of grip down here if you get the car pitched right. Just have to not hit that inside wall on either side. 1 and 2 is a lot worse because it's like more pointed in the beginning of the corner, so it really sucks if you hit it. 3 and 4, it could turn you around though, so gotta stay off the inside wall being down here. But hopefully we could make a spot up out of it. Hopefully stay in 3rd, get single filed out, and see what we could do after that. Since we're behind the leader, I might be able to get a good jump compared to the 4. We'll see. Might be side by side with him going into turn 1.
Do this.
Pace truck is going in. Yeah, we had a great jump. Got all the way in front of the 4. Kind of went really wide into turn 1. And we're going to have to let the 4 car by. That's unfortunate. Why the 2 car? 2 car is the leader. I think you might mean the 12 or something. I'm not sure, because the 2 car is the leader. We had a great jump. We got into second immediately, and there was a wreck somewhere in the back, I guess. That's unfortunate. He seemed to keep good speed down here as well, so I might have to... Well, we're going to be single file on the restarts. I forgot about that. The Street Stock Series has single file restarts, so not going to have to worry about top or bottom, but might try to make the bottom work. We'll see what happens when we go green. It's unfortunate that we had that quick of a caution because we were up to second really fast, but have another lap to go. Wish we were double file again because that 4 car was sleeping on that restart. Or just the start of the race, really, but that was great for us. I was like almost pushing the 2 car, but I wasn't actually touching them yet. I just had really good timing with them. But single file is gonna hopefully make less cautions. We will see. But there might be more people just doing an accordion effect in the back. People like catching up to somebody, nailing the brakes, and then everybody just starts hitting the back of each other. That's why I kind of stay off of people a little bit, or I stay like offset with them like this until we're about to go green. But these people up front seem to be fine and steady with their speeds.
All right, everybody, let's get ready to go racing here.
I'm just so disappointed the 4 car's still in front of us because we had a great jump. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, this 1 and 2, like you have to go in super high to get the grip. Might be a good slider line corner, to be fair. Like going in low and then coming off higher. We'll see. We'll see once we get spread out a little bit and try to get some lines worked in. And a good amount of grip actually pushed back up the track because this stuff's pushed way up here from all these pace laps. 13 car was sleeping behind a little bit. I'm going to try to make the bottom work while there's not really anybody pressuring us from behind. Try to keep that bottom, not get too sideways like that, but that was actually a really good 1 and 2. Made that spot up on the 4. Hopefully we can get by the line in case there's a caution. We'll see if we can try to catch the 2 car on the bottom here to start out this heat while there's not really anybody pressuring. 4 cars has a good run off of 2. Try to get right to the outside of the slick, and maybe if we can get our car straight, go through it on the exit like that. Probably going to be a little bit of the same in 1 and 2. Try to get our right rear just outside of the slick and get the car pointed straight off the corner. But with this D-shaped backstretch, oh god, I hit the wall. Hopefully we didn't screw up our toe in the back end. Yeah, that 1 and 2 was not it for me. It's like very slick up there still. But if you can get your car pointed off straight like the 2 car is, you can get a good launch off of the corner. 3 cars trying to just work that bottom. So we got to watch out for him that we don't cross over his nose. Ran an 8 there, which isn't too bad really. Two cars running really well though, which I figured he would. 3 cars in third, which I know he was fast from my last practice. Good amount of grip is getting thrown up here now. Get down low on this exit. That seemed to work decent compared to the 3. Get a little bit different of a line. Trying to get down like halfway through so I can get a good low exit off 4. 819 there. 3 cars almost to our inside. I didn't want to cut straight down across his nose. That car went kind of just straight into that corner. That wasn't great, but it felt kind of quick. It sounded quick, I should say. 816, 0.003 faster. So we're slowly getting a little speed out of this lane, it seems like. I don't know what kind of times the 2 is running right now, but he's running really well. Yeah, the entrance of 3, oh geez, we got way too high. It's like really flat up there, so you gotta be careful because it's like what just happened to me. It just pushed me up the track completely. 3 car, I think, followed me through it for the most part. 2 cars making a bunch of smoke. Really need to like arc the car into the corner now, up there, so we can get a good exit. Feel about the same speed as the 2 until we screw up. Ran a 7 there, not bad. Try to keep the outside lane going at 1 and 2, see if it's any faster. Looks like I gained a 10th through that corner. Trying to keep the right rear right on the grip and keeping the car from getting too sideways. 894, that wasn't great. Seemed like the 1 and 2 worked pretty well. 3 and 4, I probably need to get it turned down to come down off the low edge. It's hard to get that thing turned going into 3 though. But 1 and 2, it seems pretty quick up here. Got a good gap behind us too, which is really nice. Wondering if this low side in 3 and 4 works. It does have a decent amount of grip down there. 1 and 2 is getting a little skinny down there. I feel like this outside lane's kind of working. We don't have a whole lot to lose, really. Oh, I was just about to try the bottom. Literally was just about to try it and see what we could get out of that. Don't think we were gonna get a whole lot, and he's gonna have a lot of momentum off of turn 4. Where is the 3 car though? I don't see the 3 car behind me. He fell so far back. He probably ended up in that wreck. I don't know what happened. Maybe the 13 got into him, or 3 got into the 13.
James, that actually is the saver of my bill, at least, considering you would have left me there.
Well, we got about 10 laps to go when we go green, and I'll bring you guys back on the restart.
Your radio actually sounded really scratchy that last time you were talking to us. Maybe just kind of look down.
Alright, hopefully we can get a pretty good jump like we did on the first start of the race when we were right behind the 2 car. Now that we're behind him again, maybe pull away from the 13 and them a little bit. We shall see. Yeah, it's weird. I guess the 6 and the 3 might have wrecked because they were in 3rd, 4th there, and the 13 car was in 5th, and now he's behind me. And the 4 car was in 7th, who's behind him. He's really far off the pace truck. I can't really see the pace truck because of the post there. Had a really good timing. I have really good timing with this 2 car. I don't know what it is. I just have good timing with him. We'll see if we can make this bottom work while we're slow off the start. 2 car is just so fast right now. Don't hit that inside wall. Trying not to get up into the slick too badly.
Good job, bud. Time to go this time. Bye. You got him, man. Come on. You got him. Good
He's
job.
like running straight through the middle and keeping so much speed. Like he's getting his car so straight early off these exits. Barely tapped the wall there. Didn't even give us a 0x, so we're fine. Trying not to slide up into the 2 there. I want to see what the hell he's doing. Oh, he just ran straight through the top that time. I swear he was like running somewhat towards the middle. And he was keeping a lot of speed with it too. We'll see if we could keep up with him here. Because he's been fast the entire time. Have a decent gap back to 3rd, and he has a good gap back to 4th too. Yeah, I'm just going to try to get something through the middle going, because I don't want to fall off too high in turn 3 again. Got to not smack that wall going into turn 1 as well. It's kind of slid up off of 2. That was a bad corner. You can see he just gained like 2/10 there in that corner from me screwing up. He just gets his car pointed so well off these corners. He is flying on exit. You gotta get it pointed straight so you're not 4-wheel sliding through the middle of the slick on the exit. Oh, that's not gonna help either. Hitting the wall a little bit. A little bit of grip on the exit of 4 there in the middle.
5 laps.
5 laps to go. We have a good gap back behind us. I'm not really gonna gain enough on the 2. I'm just gonna try to maintain where we're at for the most part. See if we can learn anything off this 2 car. I don't want to go too crazy and the 13 start catching us. Do got a lap car up ahead who might play somewhat of a factor, it seems like. We're catching him quite quick. He might have some like engine damage, or the car is all twisted up. We're actually catching him a little bit. Let's see, just running through the middle. Yeah, that's slick. I tried letting off a little bit, seeing if it would work. It's slick through that. Let's try 1 and 2. Because there's a little bit of grip here in the middle. It's still very slick. You got to be very careful on throttle. His lap car is going to make it very interesting, though, I feel like. Because if he's running the top, 2 cars are going to have to try to get by him on the bottom, and you never know where a lap car is going to end up. If they're that far off the pace, they could just loop it right in front of you. We only got 2 laps to go. This lap car means basically the race, and wherever he goes. He's giving the 2 to the outside, it looks like. We kind of came down in the lane. He might stay low here on the front stretch. Yeah, he's staying low down here. Kind of sliding up off of turn 2. 2 cars struggling with him, but we don't have any speed to catch him. Good win by the 2. I'm fine with taking second. I'm happy we stayed in the top 3 like I was hoping. Good win. Don't wreck me, lap car. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was just flying. I had nothing for him.
Very good race.
Him being on pole from the heat race meant a lot, and because he got that from us. I think he still would have gotten by us even if we started on pole. He was just too fast. It would have been tough to pass, but I think he would have gotten by us with his speed. Happy we got second though. Had a good race. Should gain some iRating out of it as well, which is great. Had a 0x through the whole thing. We'll go back, see any instance that did happen through the race. Because there was a wreck straight off of lap 1. I want to see this start though. Because I had an amazing start. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Because like, look at the 4 car on the outside. Like, once he went, he just had a terrible start. And I was already clear of him. Like, us 3 were single file. And then there was a wreck like off of turn 2. Don't know what happened. Probably going into turn 1 here is my guess. Somewhere in the middle of the pack. 14. And the 14 just wanted to take it 3 wide and get all the spots he wanted to. Like, and none of them worked. And he ended up wrecking himself and the 8 car, it looks like. He came down, nailed the 8, hit the 15. Went down. 15 hooked the 8 from all that. And the 7 went flipping. Yikes. You can see up there that 15 hooks the 8. They go crashing into turn 1. 7 car ends up on his lid. Yep, doesn't get flipped back over. That's unfortunate. So we're under the first caution. 18 cars just having a grand old time trying to catch up to the pack. Or no, was he by himself? He might have just been by himself. Oh, this is what happened with the 6 and the 3. 6 cars trying to throw a slider on the 3. Not clear whatsoever. He's literally door with him. 13 car. Jesus, what the hell happened back here? All right, we need to just go chopper view, see more of what happened. Because the 6 car is trying to throw a slider from super deep. Not going to be clear at all. Spins the 3 around. 6 goes into the inside wall. 13 and the 11. What the hell happened there? Somehow the 13 still ended up 3rd after all of this. Like, I want to see their cockpit view of this. What happened? He just made a bad decision altogether. That's what happened. He made a bad decision to try to go outside of that wreck. And that wasn't going to work. Because he had this 11 to this inside. Then he had a good run. Was not really a good run. Like, the 13 had a better run off the corner. But he let off to try to miss the wreck. 11's to his outside. And then he tries to make a last-ditch effort to go outside. The 11's out there. Pushes them both up into the wreck. If he just would have gone down some. Would have missed the entire thing. That's just what would have happened. Just better decision making at that point. You gotta just see where the car is going, make a good decision on which way it's going. Why are you coming so fast through that, and why'd the 11 car just go? Like, what was that? I'm so confused. 11 car goes flipping, he's on his lid. Back to the race. And I think we went green the rest of the way. 18 cars all the way up into the wall. His car is probably somewhat damaged, it seems like, or he doesn't know how to drive the car completely. But he's in like all these incidents. I think this was like the last lap, yeah. He was a lap down. His car just went straight up the track. I think he nailed the brakes. Oh no, he hit the tires up there, and I'm like, please don't come down and hit me. Did he come down in front of anybody? Let's just see. Oh god, they're the 3 car, okay. He had a safe turn down, at least. But overall, it was a pretty clean race for the most part. Geez, 6 car? Well, the 14 for some reason just stopped mid-corner, which is dumb. You shouldn't do that, because there's still people crossing the finish line. Those 2X probably count. What did people end up with for incidents? 6 on the 14, 4 on the 18, 4 on the 6, and then a lot of people with 2s. Half the field with a 0, but like 5 of these guys aren't here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But had a good race overall, good win by the 2 car. He was fast the entire night, so we should gain some iRate and finish in second. So let's go see what we end up getting out of this. All right, results in strength of field was very low, 1,500. It was the only split though, so it makes sense. 19 people registered, all 19 of them are in here. How many people didn't even like do anything all race? That's my thing. Like half the field, not even really, like 4 or 5 of them left after heat number 1. These guys weren't even there. That's 2, and then there was 3. Yeah, there's 5 guys not even running the heat races at all. So that was everybody in the consolation. Then there's only 2 guys in the consolation, which was just dumb. But we finished second, gained 16 iRate, and I'll take it. 2 car is very quick. He's over 41, almost 4,200, so he was very quick. I don't think I recognize the name. I don't think I've raced with him too much, but he's clean for the most part. Yeah, he slid up to me in the heat, which is fine. It just happens, but it is a little bit of net code. I don't really blame him too much on it, but ran good. Hard fought battle for most of the race, what we could do. Had a good lead over everybody else behind us, so really didn't have pressure on us most of the race. What was the lowest iRate in here? Where's car number 19? I'm interested. He is 230. How do you get down to a 230 iRating? I guess you just don't race. Because like what happened here, he joined a race, just never raced it. How do you get down to 230? That is nuts. The 18 car was in this race, finished 10th. He ends up gaining 95. He's at 407. Wow, that's like the lowest iRatings I think I've ever seen in a race. That's kind of crazy. No wonder why our strength field was 1,500, and we really didn't have any competition besides the 2 car. The 3 car was pretty quick. He's at 31. He's close to 3,200 for the most part. After that, the 4 car under 2K. So there was a big drop off after the top 3. Really, at the top 2, it was like 1,000 down to 3, but had a good race overall. 2 cars very quick. Other than him, we were the field, like the class of the field. That's the word. But us 2 up front for the most part. I couldn't keep up with his speed. Nobody had anything for him. But had a good race. Happy we finished second. I like this track a lot. I was debating on running this or the 305s at Knoxville. I'm happy I ran these because we had a good race. And Knoxville and those cars are just flat out, and it's going to be like miserable to pass there. So probably going to run the 410s at Bristol later in the week. And probably going to mess with Dover on the NASCAR side, and I don't know where the ARCAs are. I think they might be Indy. So we'll see what we run for the rest of the week. But appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.